sure if I set myself up for success or failure, but I do know I set myself up. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Vandy, and I went a little bit crazy and got a whole bunch of books from my library, and I decided why not do a haul. It's been a while, and it's been a while since I did a library haul for you guys, so I did go a little bit crazy in the library and picked up a lot of books, so why not share? So grab a drink, get cozy, and let's get into it. Oh my goodness. Usually I fill up my Powell's bag, but this time around I filled up my Trader Joe's bag. And I have about 12 books to share, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go in any particular order, but I did get a lot of romances. I think I did get some romantasy. I know I got a couple of nonfiction, and this time around I even got some YA. So this is going to be so exciting. And as I went to the library, as I was browsing through the library, I did get books that really stood out to me and caught my eye. So I'm not going to go in any particular order, but I do like to go into my books kind of blind. I don't like to go into them knowing too much. So I'm just sharing. I don't really know what's going to happen, but I do know that some of these books are part of a series, but a lot of these books are standalone or the first book if they are in a series. But I think one of them is like the second book because I read the first book. So yeah. So I guess I could just pick one. So starting off with Trading Places by Emily Duval. This really stood out to me because of, honestly, the cover. I know many people say don't judge a book by its cover, but I feel like the cover is a way to get your attention and to draw you into the book. So you kind of have to judge a book by its cover. And this kind of drew me in, and I am judging it and seeing if I like it. But I think this is like two people switching their jobs. One is a socialite and one is a mechanic, so I think they are trading places. And yeah, so it says opposites don't attract, they swap live. So I think that we are following them. She's a socialite and he's a mechanic, and they switch lives. I think this is going to be like, I don't know, kind of has to do with sexism, because maybe he believes that she can't do his job, and maybe he thinks that her job is the easiest thing in the world, being a socialite. And coming from an introvert like myself, being a socialite, it doesn't seem easy at all because you're talking to so many people. But that's just me. But yeah, I think this is going to be cute. Up next is Veins of Power by Becky Jane Fox. Honestly, this is thick. You see how thick this book is? I don't know what really attracted me to it. Maybe because it has to do with, the cover as well. You see this little castle, you see somewhat of a lightning within like the roses, so I feel like this has to do with magic, and it has to do with a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of romance. Let's see what's on the back. Ooh, well, I love my library, I really do, but sometimes like when they put the, when they put the little scanner thing or the tag on it, it blocks text off some of the synopsis, but part of it says magic lies desire. Ooh. So it seems like we're getting like a little bit of Harry Potter vibes. So I'm actually kind of excited to go into that. So we'll see. I'm not really sure why I gravitated towards this book, but hopefully once I start it, I can really enjoy it and fly through this book. Next is Tell Me Lies by Hannah Gray. I think this has to do with hockey. This is a hockey romance, and we're dealing with a nanny and a hockey player, but the nanny is also an author, and I think she's trying to get out of a writing slump. I could possibly be wrong. I don't know. I'm not trying to know, but I think that's what gravitates me to this book, because I haven't read a hockey romance in a hot second. So I don't know. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Ooh, let's do this one. This is actually a nonfiction, and this is 101 Tips for a Zero Waste Kitchen by Catherine Kellogg. I don't know why I got this book. I know that I personally want to reduce my waste. Do I want to go like zero waste? I don't know. I know I'm probably going to reduce waste, but I want to try to reduce my waste. But I also want to see like some of the things that I can probably incorporate in my day-to-day life. So, I don't know. Let me know if you guys try to do like a zero waste or have tried a zero waste kitchen. So, another nonfiction, and this is What to Wear and Why by Tiffany Dark. And at the beginning of the year, I said that I wanted to become more fashionable. I want to find my style. So I just want to know if this book will help me, I guess, define and refine my style. I wonder if she is a personal stylist, and I, want to take some tips and tricks from a personal stylist. Sometimes I do go on Pinterest, but sometimes, Pinterest doesn't really explain why. I feel like Pinterest is more like inspiration. So maybe I can learn more from this book. And Tiffany, who knows? Ooh, going into our first YA. And this is To Steal the Throne by Gabby Burton. And oh my goodness. I saw this book on an Instagram reel, and I instantly wanted to have this book I instantly wanted to read this book. And this gives off the vibe of Penelope from Bridgerton, with all like the secrets and writing like her blogs and the rumors and stuff, but like in the actual kingdom, I think. So it gives that vibe, and that's what the reel showed. So I am honestly so excited to read this. And this is YA. So I am expecting no spice, which I want in a YA no spice. So, I want to see more yearning if there is romance, if that makes sense. But I know there can be a lot of discourse when it comes to wanting spice in YA or not. For me, not so much, honestly. I want more yearning when it comes to YA. But that's just me. Whatever floats your boat. But my boat is no spice for YA. And let's see, what do I want to pick next? Ooh. Speaking of fashion, going back to fashion, this is Level Up Creative Cosplay by Amanda Haas. And I don't know, what drew me to it is the cosplay. I honestly kind of just want to look through this book and see the different characters that people bring to life. So yeah, this is more of a flip through type of situation for me. And yeah, I am kind of curious to see what the SFX makeup and the outfits that they create, and I don't know, the costume design. So it's very intriguing, and I would love to see the details that they put into their craft. So yeah, I think that's why I gravitated towards this. Ooh, 4 more books. 4 more books. Ooh. This one seems like it will be a good one. And this is a nonfiction. It is the Buy Nothing, Get Everything plan. Discover the joy of spending less, sharing more, and living generously by Lyle Clark and Rebecca Rockefeller. I feel like I already don't spend much, but sometimes in my spending, I'm like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Or, wow, even though I needed that, that was a lot of money. But I feel like I'm like somewhat financially sound, but there's always ways of improving yourself. So, I don't know, maybe I can learn more tips and tricks with buying nothing. I mean, I'm kind of already doing that with the things that I love, i.e. getting library books. So I haven't, when's the last time I bought a book? Has it been like over a year? Almost a year? I know it's been more than 6 months since I last bought a book. I really want to buy a book though. But anyways, yeah. Even if like I'm not buying anything or buying books, I'm still enjoying the things because there's such things called libraries, and I can still get the whole benefit of reading a book that I might enjoy. But I guess the sad part is that I have to give it back. But at least I read it. So, I don't know. Anyways, hopefully I can get more tips and tricks of buying less and enjoying life more with being intentional with spending and things like that. So, I don't know. Ooh. Okay, last nonfiction, and it is How to Be Enough, Self-Acceptance for Self-Critics and Perfectionists. And this is by Ellen Hendrickson, and I feel like I definitely need this. I saw the title in the spine, and I decided that, yeah, you're coming home with me, because I am a very harsh self-critic. I am very hard on myself, and sometimes I struggle with the thought of being enough, and sometimes not sometimes, a lot of the times I do have perfectionistic tendencies, even though some of my friends and family say that I am a perfectionist. So I don't know, maybe I can get more tips and tricks. I have read The Perfection Trap, but I feel like that goes into more of what perfectionism is. But I think this book goes into the how to be less of a perfectionist, how not to be such a harsh critic on myself. So we'll see. It's thick though, so hopefully I can get through it. Hopefully it won't take that long, but who knows? Ooh, what do I want to talk about next? Let's talk about you. And this up next is a romantasy, and this is Rings of Fate by Melissa de la Cruz. I mentioned this in, I think, my last vlog or the one before it, where I went to the library, and I really wanted to get this book. It was calling to me, but I was like, nope, that's not the plan. But this time we got it, and I think this is an arranged marriage type of thing, but maybe there's a twist to it, because on the back it says not your average fairy tale. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what happens. The Curses and Crowns series. A Princess, ooh, and one of the blurbs says the Princess Bride for Romantasy era. Ooh. I can't wait to see what adventures will be happening within this book. I don't know. Have you guys read this book? I don't know. Let me know. Ooh. Let's do this one. This is Between Two Kings by Lindsay Straub. I know. You're probably like, what were you thinking? And the answer to that is, I don't know. I have no idea why I got this book. Have I read the first book? Yes. And it was wild. It was so wild. And I was walking through the library and I saw that book, and next thing you know, this book was in my bag. It was in my bag. And I don't know whether... I don't know. I just know it's going to be wild. So this is a continuation of The Kiss of the Basilisk, where she is dealing with like kind of like a tribute to like the Basilisk Kingdom, and then she kind of falls in love with the Basilisk, but she also needs to fall in love with the prince, I think, if I remember correctly. And she's like in a love triangle, but it feels like it's like why choose, so she ends up with both of them, hence why the second book is Between Two Kings. And I'm kind of curious, and I know it's going to be wild, so we'll have to see. It's kind of thick though, but I don't know. But it ended up in my bag, so we'll see if I read it. And last but not least is The Nightblood Prince by Molly X Chang. And oh my goodness, I have seen so many reels from this author about this book. And the reels show so many C-dramas, and y'all already know, I'm on my C-drama kick, you know, along with the K-dramas. But the C-dramas, woo, they be so good. Especially the fantastical, the historical C-dramas. Listen, come my way. Come my way, because this, I think this has to do with an arranged marriage or something like that, and vampires in ancient China, and it gives C-drama. Woo! I am so excited. And we're dealing with prophecies. We're doing dangerous princes, and then, ooh, I am so excited. Can you tell that I'm excited? And I am just so happy that I got my hands on this book finally, because I have been seeing the reels, and sometimes the Instagram reels draw you in. So yeah, but that is all the books that I have gotten from the library. I think it's like 12 books, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to read all these books or not. Hopefully I can try to, but I think I set myself up. But I don't know whether it's for failure or success. Hopefully it's success, but yeah. But I'm definitely glad that I am utilizing my library and trying out different books that I don't normally gravitate to, or just pick up books that really caught my eye and go for the ride and see if I end up liking the book. Because, you know, books are supposed to bring fun, and, you know, we're supposed to enjoy the ride for some of them. Sometimes you can go into a book swinging. I wanted to do that so many. I wanted to jump into a book and start swinging on the character. Not gonna lie. But yeah, so the library is a great place to see if you like a book, discover new books, and things like that. So yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm going to read all these books, but I am definitely going to try. But let me know if you have read any of the books that I've shared for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And do you guys also enjoy going to the library and picking up books? I love my library, and I don't know, it's just a great place. But let me know your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching. So until next time, my friends, stay curious, stay cozy, stay reading. Bye, guys.